I now call the East Lyme Zoning Commission regular meeting of August 6, 2026 to order at 7:30 p.m. Could we start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with our official roll call. Ms. Jet Harris?
Here.
Ms. Kalal?
Here.
Ms. Markovitz?
Here.
Mr. Peck?
Here.
I'm here. Ms. Uhas?
Here.
Ms. Edwards? Here. Mr. Liska? No. Ms. Susko? Here. Mr. Mulholland is here. He's outside at the moment. I believe our recording secretary is going to be doing the minutes remotely. And Ms. Hardy, our ex officio, is not here. Okay, did anybody see Attorney Carey outside?
No.
Well, here's somebody coming now.
It's Bill.
Is Attorney Carey with you by any chance?
Madam Chair, I suggest we start with the regular meeting and stay there. We're going to reschedule it during Carey. I did get a hold.
Okay, we will skip the executive session then and go straight to our regular meeting since we do not have a public hearing tonight. It's the application of John Paul Abarca for a coastal area management site plan review for the construction of a single-family dwelling at 48 Brainerd Road, Niantic, and we do have a memo to read from Mr. Mulholland.
Memo to the East Lyme Zoning Commission, William Mulholland, zoning official, coastal area management review, 48 Brainerd Road, Niantic, Connecticut, date August 3rd, 2026. As the Commission is aware, coastal site plan reviews are a state-mandated program authorized in Chapter 444 of the Connecticut General Statutes. This statute delegates legal authority to zoning commissions to adopt regulations and regulate activities not otherwise exempted occurring above the CJL or coastal jurisdiction line as identified by the Connecticut DEEP and within the defined coastal boundary of their respective communities to protect coastal resources and ensure compliance with the CAMAC's coastal goals and policies. The board is charged with the review of coastal site plans and may modify, approve, or deny activities proposed after evaluating the specific site and considering the potential effects, both beneficial and adverse, of the activities on the coastal resources and their consistency with applicable state and coastal goals and policies. In acting on a coastal site plan, the Commission must state its findings and the reasons for the decision. To approve, the board must find that the proposed activity is consistent with all applicable coastal policies and standards, and whether or not any potential adverse impacts of the proposed activity on both coastal resources and future water management are acceptable. I note that as of October 1st, 2025, state statutes regulating CAM site plans were modified. The new law requires that all new individual single-family residential structures, if in the coastal zone, be subject to a coastal area management site plan. The statute requires a 35-day referral period to the Connecticut DEEP for review and comment. During its review, the board should consider the characteristics of the site, including location and condition of any on-site coastal resources. The Commission must find in an approval that the application is consistent with all applicable goals and conditions of the Act, and that all reasonable measures to mitigate any adverse impacts of the proposed activity on both coastal resources and future water-dependent activities. In this application, it is proposed to construct a new single-family home on a vacant lot at the southerly terminus of Brainerd Road. The property is zoned RU40. The site consists of approximately 2 acres and is oriented in an east west configuration. The eastern end of the property slopes dramatically midpoint down to tidal wetlands. The home will be built over 200 feet from this resource. During construction, all disturbed areas will be curbed by silt fences to control erosion. Because the construction activity will be a significant distance from the coastal resource, and silt fences will be installed to mitigate any potential adverse impact during construction, the project will not have any impacts on the resources. In conclusion, the Commission will need to make a finding as to whether the application is consistent with all of the applicable goals and policies of the county.
Thank you. Would you like to go ahead and present?
Sure.
If you could state your name and address.
Sure, absolutely. My name is John Paul Abarca. I'm from 15 Sunset Drive in Old Lyme. I'm speaking on behalf of my cousin who is going to be living at this property. We just went through a re-subdivision process, so we are familiar with this very CAM review, inland wetlands review. We've gone through every involved division to get to this point. Honestly, this letter from Bill has been absolutely right on point and consistent. I would like to say that the only thing that I'd like to add is that we're at least 500 feet away from any marshland. There is a hill that goes up towards the west side of this property, well, south, I would say. And so we have no risk of any coastal resource being affected this, and we are definitely going to make sure that our silt fences are in place first before we start shoveling anything, cutting down any trees, as is protocol. Other than that,
And you're constructing a single-family house?
yes, we are constructing a single-family house, 4 bedrooms. I believe it's 2.5 baths.
On septic?
On septic, well will be installed as well. We have already been approved with the legislative commission district, so I don't know if there's any other thing to add, quite honestly.
Mr. Mulholland, is this one of those, like a housekeeping thing that they did new? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll just share with you, I talked to the FEMA folks, Diane Iffelvick, you've seen her name from time to time on the FEMA, and I talked to her this week on another matter. So I brought up the CAM Act and essentially asked whose idea was this. And apparently there were some very heated discussions within the DEP before they enacted this. And we're not alone in being frustrated as a community because we're spending time and resources on applications we never had to deal with before, and they're substantially far away from coastal resources and usually the shoreline. However, what I suspect is they're looking to collect overall data, but I'm not sure of the motivation. But nonetheless, some of the other towns feel as we do that we're so busy, this is kind of adding a burden to us. But nonetheless, it's an important thing to discuss, and as you've asked, this one is somewhat innocuous. It's not as if it's on the ocean and in a V zone with flooding, etc. So I'm pretty comfortable with this one.
Just for the record, because our recording secretary isn't here, could you repeat your name?
Sure, John Paul Abarca.
Thank you.
No problem.
I have a question.
Yes.
The paperwork says that the home will be over 200 feet from the resource, which is the ocean, and you're saying it's over 500 feet?
So I apologize. I might have wrote that a little wrong because maybe I interpreted it as the inlet wetlands that is downhill from this property. But yes, we are more than 500. We're about 500 feet from an actual marsh starting, and that's
good.
off the property.
Because regulations are 300 feet.
Well, that's the inland wetlands regulations, but this is tidal.
Yeah.
It can be debated where the confluence comes, because we've
Okay.
done that, but I'm very convinced it's tidal, because this is almost out into the sound. It's not as if it's way up by Red River and further up. This is right out there.
Okay.
Any other questions, discussions? Does anyone have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve John Paul Abarca for a coastal area management site plan review for construction of a single-family dwelling at 48 Brainerd Road. The reasons are, number one, applicant is consistent with all applicable goals and conditions of the CAM Act. Number two, applicant has taken all reasonable measures to mitigate any adverse impacts on the proposed activity on both coastal resources and future water-dependent uses.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Oh, okay, Nancy, go ahead. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain. It passed 600.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Next, we have approval of the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes dated July 9th, 2026.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain. Minutes are approved. 600. No old business. Tonight, we have 2 subcommittee reports. If the data center subcommittee would like to start.
Yep. Nancy and I have gathered, is that for us?
Oh, yeah, take a look at that. I've got a bunch of them, but we can leave that. It's really kind of.
Oh, okay. We've done extensive research on data centers, and I'm fairly confident at this time. I'd like to read the definition into the record of a data center. A data center is a facility primarily designed and used to house a group of networked computer servers in one physical location or multiple contiguous locations to centralize the storage, management, and dissemination of data and information. A data center accessory is a data center that is collocated with a permitted non-residential principal use where such data center accessory to and in support of the permitted principal use. So the way you have to give the definition first, which we've just done, and I would like the commission's support, or hopefully, to schedule for Mr. Mulholland to schedule a public hearing. And Mr. Mulholland, I'd like to read this memo from Mr. Mulholland right now. Member to East Lyme Zoning Commission from William Mulholland, zoning official, data centers, date August 3rd, 2026. As the commission may recall, the board at a previous meeting established a subcommittee to consider the question of regulatory or prohibiting data centers in the community. On July 5th, 2026, I received an email from town attorney offering guidance on regulating such centers. He has proposed a moratorium to provide the community a period of time to study the issue. However, the subcommittee has proposed prohibiting the use in its entirety. If the commission chooses to prohibit the use, I would recommend to adopt a definition as provided by town attorney and then prohibit the use in section 20.2 of your regulations. So I guess now we have to decide who would like to prohibit them, and we take it from there. So do we have a motion?
That has to go to public hearing, right?
Yeah, this motion right now gets us to the public hearing. This is the part we have to do. So we just have to have a motion to approve the definition, and that way it will move us forward, right, Mr. Mulholland, to a public hearing, which is what we want to do.
And to add that into our list of non-permitted uses in town, yeah.
Right. It will go under the section of 20, let me see.
20.2.
Yeah, 20.2 for prohibited uses.
I make a motion that we move this along to public hearing, that we accept the definition as stated. And what else did I have to include?
We need a second.
And to add them to
non-
section
Oh, it-
20.2 of prohibited
Right.
uses.
And to add it to section 20.2 of prohibited uses.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second. Is there a discussion?
I would like to say something. The information, which I'm really excited about this public hearing. I'm really excited about the data that's going to be talked about at this public hearing, and I think it's very informative. And there's so much information out there, and after the stuff that me and Nancy have done, I mean, it kind of cleared up a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information that needs to be passed on to the town, and so I think that this is very good. So thank you, Nancy. It was a pleasure working with you on the subcommittee.
I personally think it's a good idea. It seems like all over the country, they're trying to figure out the effects of pollution, energy consumption, chemical runoffs. And at first, I didn't think, why do we need this? Because does East Lyme have a space big enough? But I've been reading too about all these mini ones they're building that could fit in a small lot. So I think it's a good thing to ban them until we know more about them. It could always be reversed if the town wanted to, but for now.
Yeah, they can make them on 10 acres. They can be as little as an acre to an acre and a half. So, I mean, it's, and they do a lot of other things too with the water and the resources, which we can get into all that at the public hearing.
Anyway, any other comments before we vote? All those in favor?
Aye. Wait a minute, we didn't get a second, did we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All those in favor of moving this to the public hearing, approving the definitions and adding it to our list of prohibited uses, say aye.
Aye.
Against, abstain. The motion passed 600. Thank you for your bringing this up and being proactive.
Thank you to the commission for allowing this to happen.
Okay, next we have the Black Point Road Rezone Subcommittee.
Yeah, we met a couple of times with Bill.
Norm, could you please talk into your microphone?
We met a couple of times with Bill, and we came up with a proposal whereby Black Point Road, starting at West Main Street, except to exclude the Signcraft property and Smith Acres property, all the way through to cover the whole CA zone, which goes to McElhenney Drive, and on the other side of the road, the south entry to Crosley Court. The lots that exist in this nice neighborhood, very small, so to avoid an extensive nonconformity creation, we chose the R10 zone to replace the CA zone here.
Are there maps for each of us?
Everybody should have a map in their folder, I think. I believe you
I
put them-
don't see one, but I brought one.
Okay, well, I have one here. And it's also up on the zoning map, which is to your left. But,
Dan?
Does everybody have
I
one?
don't. Bill, could I use that one?
you've got one, Will's got one, you've got one, but I want this one back.
Can we share?
Yes, sir.
So you guys can share that one.
This is Black Point
Pretty
Road.
familiar with it.
Hard to see from over there, but this is
So
the
that's,
zoning map.
That's
We're
Smith
going
Acres,
down
and that's
towards the-
Signcraft, so
Okay.
those two would not be included.
There's no way we can see
These all the way
that.
down
Use the
to
maps that you
Pleasant
have.
would be included.
All of these?
All of them.
Okay. So it's
Main
basically that whole corridor
Yeah, it's
area, okay.
basically turning it to
Except for
residential
this
R10.
lot and
So you want to turn it to residential R10?
Turn it into
So does it
R1 or-
include Main Street?
10.
No. Does it include Main Street? Just Black Point?
Just the Black Point Road.
Okay.
This is the existing map. The R10 will be slightly different because we're going to exclude a couple properties as Norm noted. If you choose to go forward, we can very rapidly have this power stuff and ready to go.
well, then should I make a motion that we go forward,
I think it's a great idea.
change from CA to R10 for Black Point Road?
If you want to.
I just did.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second,
Is there a discussion?
I think it's a great idea.
Me too.
I do too. I think with some of the state laws overriding local zoning, it would protect that area.
I did.
Just as a note, there are some commercial uses that are allowed in the R10 zone, including two-family, childcare, group childcare, bed and breakfast, commercial nursery or greenhouse, undertaking, establishment, antique shop, day spa, and that's it.
Those don't seem like they'd be massive buildings,
No.
though. So are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Yes.
All those in favor of this text amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Pass 600. Thank you for bringing that up.
So that will go to public hearing, right?
Yes.
Yes, we'll find a spot.
Under new business, we have coming up the application of John Benelli for coastal area management site plan review for the demolition and construction of a single-family dwelling at 3 Seaview Avenue in Niantic. And Mr. Mulholland, could you schedule that for us?
Will, thank you.
Thank you. Is there any business tonight from the committee?
No.
We have no correspondence. We're to public delegations. Public delegations is a time when members of the public are invited to speak to the commission regarding zoning land use items that are not on tonight's agenda. Is there anyone here tonight? No? Okay. Mr. Mulholland, you're up.
I'm extremely busy. You may be busy because I'm busy. We'll see. There's a lot of things have come forward. You know, we all know East Lyme 9X been discovered. They're knocking at the door. Things I'm seeing, I think, are really very upscale stuff. So we'll stay tuned. I don't want to say too much because I'm in discussion with a lot of folks, and I can't at this time disclose it because they haven't tied up their properties, et cetera, so they're doing their due diligence. I think most of the stuff is complimentary. You'll have to decide, and some of it will come to you. So we're moving forward. I think in the fall you will pick up, so enjoy the rest of the summer. September, October, we're going to pick up a little bit and we'll be busy, and you'll be busy as well. Plus the subcommittee work as well, I've got to find slots for, so we motor on.
Thank you. Zoning Board Liaison to Planning Committee, I did go to the 8/11 meeting. Attorney Garrity was there they were going to have a hearing on subdivision on Holmes Road. A couple things came up. Long story short, they decided to continue the hearing to another meeting. So that was basically it. September 8th, we have Kathy Uhas. Can you make that one, or did you?
So I was wondering if I have something the next day that I'm having to put all my energy into, so if I could switch with anyone,
Oh, I'll be away, Kathy, I'm sorry.
okay.
Is there anyone that can go to the September 8th planning meeting?
I'll do it if I can listen by remote control, by dialing in.
Can she dial it in?
Do I have to
Sure.
show in person?
There's no official legal process for what we do when we send somebody as a liaison, so you certainly could watch the show on television.
Yes, the show, yes.
Yeah, since you can't answer.
Oh, my
Put that on your
goodness
calendar.
We'll
gracious.
put that on my calendar.
Thank you.
And then I could switch with Nick, or do you have one coming up, or?
I'm sure I do coming, yes,
Okay,
and you're
so-
welcome to it,
Okay.
whenever it may be.
Why, this is the record. It's under an hour.
Can I just have a question?
Okay.
What happened to the executive meeting?
He didn't put it on his calendar, to be candid.
The town attorney did not,
It's not the town attorney, it's Attorney Carey who's handling these cases for us. So he's not our regular town attorney, and it's an oversight on his part, and we'll reschedule as appropriate.
Okay.
Because he's got to respond to the judge.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.